take care of my people. Football ain't all I know, that was all I chose.
Coming up, the Eagles host the defending champs. Tom Brady faces a team he's played in 2 Super Bowls. But can he beat Philly as a Buccaneer? Find out right here on Thursday night.
Taken in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick-6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On play action, now Brady. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. And they've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages, blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, that could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And he finds Gronk. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Brady now on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Fletcher Cox. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick-6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick-6, did he get too careful with the football?
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From midfield, here's Brady. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
But certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big time pressure.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. Sanders a first down, still going. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Miles Sanders with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? And turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. On play action, it's Brady. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Brady looking downfield for Godwin, and unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Right back to Sanders on 1st down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his third touchdown now on the year. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-zip. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry. Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you? No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right? Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss? Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again. Makes sense, doesn't it? They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 88 yards. And the Eagles continue to pull away here in this first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And a rout is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away. It's Miller, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. 1 second, all that remains. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
So here are the Eagles to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays. And
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again.
And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. There he goes, left side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Eagles have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and it is 42-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott now to have the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation, defense guys.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
157 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Sanders will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fields this way up at the 17. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This is taken at the 18. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Going deep here for Watkins. And got his man complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. He completes it to Evans.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. On 1st down, Brady.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Looking back to the air on 2nd down, it's Brady. No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms here going over the middle. 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking downfield for Godwin. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They'll run. It's Sanders. Shows his strength at the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Boy, 192 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And down inside the 15 he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Brady going to throw. And off the deflection, it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the gun, it's Brady. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Brady again. Over the middle to Evans. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he's taken down inside the 30. And now they're in the hurry-up. Brady now on first down. Dumps it off to Fournette. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles,